How's it going, guys? Sandris here, and in this video series we're going to talk about how to arm wrestle like a pro. Arm wrestling sitting down, arm wrestling in schools, bars, there will be none of that. I'm going to show you guys how to arm wrestle properly, like a pro. And today we're going to talk about arm wrestling table. To arm wrestle properly, you gotta have the arm wrestling table, whether it's an official table, a homemade table, or made by some kind of a brand, doesn't really matter, as long as it's the right height of the ground and all the other measurements are right. And I'm gonna put the right measurements on a screen somewhere, here, maybe here, so you can see for yourself what the right measurements are for an arm wrestling table. Because arm wrestling is not so much about pushing or pressing, but more about pulling, you got to have an arm wrestling table to arm wrestle properly. If you don't know what you are doing, and if you are arm wrestling not on arm wrestling table, you can easily injure yourself, or in the worst case scenario, even break your arm. So most of the beginners would arm wrestle something like this. And if you are winning, everything is fine. The arm bends freely and it seems like you are arm wrestling, but you are not. The trouble happens when someone is losing. So in order for me to lose, you have to pin my arm like this. And if you are only moving your forearm, it just can't happen, because it doesn't move further than this, because it locks into the bone and just doesn't move. And what happens when your opponent applies the pressure, and a lot of beginners also separate from the arm and the shoulder, the rotation happens in humerus bone and it breaks, because our bones are not supposed to withstand very heavy and high rotation movements. And to arm wrestle correctly and safely and prevent injuries, the arm wrestling table comes into play, because arm wrestling table doesn't restrict any movements. The only restriction is that your shoulder can't go below the table. Other than that, you can move freely, you can move your elbow as you want, you can go with the whole body and arm wrestle. So you would ask, how to arm wrestle safely? The main points are that your hand always stays in front of your face, shoulders are square, you don't separate from the arm and the shoulder, and you don't just move your forearm. In arm wrestling, we move the whole body with the arm. So if my arm goes sideways, my body also goes sideways with the arm. Think of it if as your arm would have been strapped to your torso, and this is the only way you can move. If you bend sideways, the arm also follows and bends sideways. Same on the arm wrestling table. Arm close to your body, tucked in, and if you go sideways and lean sideways, your arm follows. And that is how you arm wrestle safely and properly using arm wrestling table.